24th of March, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Aval Metzia de However, in the case of a found object where this rationalization cannot be said, I would say that no oath can be imposed. Did you want to identify where we are, Lou? For the record.
Okay, so we just read the Sricha, which started on the bottom of Beis Amid Aleph and ended 5-6 lines from the top of Beis Amid Beis.
It's therefore necessary for the Mishnah to state its ruling that they divide under oath both cases of found object in the case of a sold object. Anyway.
Okay, so the Gemora is explaining that the basis of the Srichusa, the basis of needing both cases, is whether or not there's a rationalization that the person number two could say that he's not really causing any great loss to person number one, and therefore he'll go ahead and make a claim, even though he really knows that his claim is baseless. And so therefore the idea with the shvuah would be to he's not going to make a false shvuah that he knows is a lie. So he'll back off, and then we'll be able to award the object to the person that really the halacha says owns it. Okay, but we need both cases. Why do we need to have both? Why do we need to have two cases, really? Why do we need to have two cases to illustrate that basic principle? One case would do it. So the Gemara says no. There's because of various aspects of each case, we could have thought to say that if we had one case, only the first case, we wouldn't have known to say the second case also would have the same din of dividing it with a shvuah, and likewise, the basis is to say that we would have thought that the case of Mekach HaMemkar, there's no loss. There's no loss, so we wouldn't have been prepared to allow both of them to swear in that case. And then the same way, the other way around, we found a reason to look at it that even the second case with the Mekach HaMemkar, that's the case where he says to himself, he rationalizes the second person and says that he'll go ahead and make a claim, even though he knows that his claim is baseless, because he needs it, and let the other guy go and go and buy another coat. You can buy another coat. You don't need to buy this coat. But you can't say that in the case of finding a lost item, because the lost item is not for sale, and it's few and far between, I guess, to find a lost item. Okay, so let's see how Rashi explains these cases. Rashi has what to say about these cases. We actually, I remember we did the Rashi Dibra Maskil about Mekach HaMemkar the Lekel Memra Hachi. We did that one. Oh, so if we did that one, so then are we caught up to? We're basically caught up. Okay. Oh, maybe we didn't do these last two small ones. Dami Ko Yehivna.
Dummy.
Yeah.
Let's see, the dummy car Yechivma. I'm trying to see where that is now.
This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines, 6 narrow lines down from the 4 wide lines in Rashi.
Okay, the money, that's the money I'm going to give him. Yeah, dummy Yechivna.
Yeah.
Dummy me rotze litain. That's the money that I want to give.
Yeah. So the second person is saying, so what that the first guy gave money. That's he's not going to lose the money. I'll give money and I'll get the item. He'll get his money back and he'll go and buy another cloak. So he didn't lose anything out.
And then it's in the next Rashi, Aval Matzati, but he found it, the Lekalim, there isn't to say.
Yeah, the Lekalamema.
My friend, Yelech will go. Uyimat say, he's going to find another coat. He's going to find another coat. The Vadai, Machsori, Mamon. But for me, I'm definitely going to lose, there'll be a loss of money.
This is the Gemora saying that if we only had the case of Mekach Menkar, we would have thought to say in that case, there's no loss to person number one, who really is the one that bought the coat, because he'll get his money back and he'll buy another coat. There's all coats for sale in all sorts of places. You could buy a coat; it's not a problem. As long as you just have to have money to buy the coat. If you have the money, so you'll get a coat. But in the case of the first case, which is dealing with the case of Metzia, of claiming a lost item, who's the lost item belong to? In that case, Lekla Meimar, you can't say let the guy go and he'll find he looks around enough. He'll find another lost item that he can just go pick up for free and take for himself. Make a kinyan on it from Hefker, and that's what he'll do. No, that's not something that happens every day, that you find such thing like that. So that Rashi says Zev Adai Chasroi Momon. That is called that he has caused this guy a loss of money, even though he didn't make any out-of-pocket expenditure in order to find it and pick it up and take it home. But it's a loss of the coat that he should have gotten, because he was the one that found it and it really belongs to him. So in other words, what we see from this Gemara over here is that there's two totally opposite ways of looking at the same two cases. And therefore, that's why we need the Mishnah to tell us both of the cases, because we would not have known one case from the other, even though they're both telling us basically the same principle. Now, the only thing that Rashi didn't really explain very much over here, I don't think, is that why is it that when in both of these cases we say yes, here where there's a loss, here where there's no loss, where there's no loss, we say therefore the guy's going to rationalize, and therefore we're going to give a shvua so that he's going to back off, and he's not prepared to make a shvua like that. But in the case where he's got no rationalization, right? In both of these cases, there's a way to look at it that there's no rationalization that could justify the second guy making his baseless claim. So the question is, why over there does the Gemora say in that case? So then we would have thought that we don't make this case. We don't make a case where we're gonna give both of them a shvua and we're gonna split it between them. Why not? So I think the point is like this: the rationalization that we say means that we're saying that this guy, he's not such a bad guy, right? He's rationalizing his baseless claim with over here. So therefore, we're confident that if we say, oh, you're going to have to make a shvua now if you want to over here, then he's going to back off. That he's not going to do. But if we say that the case is a case where there's really no rationalization that this person could make to justify making this baseless claim that he's saying, so then what we're really saying about this guy is that he's a real bad guy. And as such, we're not prepared to give him a shvua. Why? Because we don't give a shvua to a guy like that. We don't want, because we're afraid that he's going to also make a false shvua and take unjustifiably. So that we don't want. So because of that, we're not prepared to divide it if they both make a shvua. We're only prepared to make, in other words, a division, provided they both make a shvua, if we're talking about a case where we don't know which guy is the guy who's really the real owner, but the other guy, even though he's really not the real owner, but he can justify to himself that he's not so bad in doing what he's doing over here. That guy like that, we want to give him a shvua. We believe that he'll back off and he won't make the shvua, and then we'll determine who's the real owner of the thing. But if we say that there's no rationalization, so then we're saying, oh, this guy's just a bad guy. We're not going to give him a shvua. We're afraid that he's going to make a false shvua that he knows is false, and he'll take he'll take it, and he'll take half of it. We don't want that. Okay. Okay, now we're going to continue with in the Gemora from the words Mekoch Memchar V'lekse Zuze Miman Nokat. This can be found how many lines over here?
On
Let's say it's right over across from the Tosfos Dibra Mas V'lechaze. Let's say Zuze Miman Nakat. It's right the line below that. The first word on the line is Ema. Ema lo, Sricha. And therefore we need the Mishnah to tell us both cases. And now the Gemara is on to another subject over here about this case of Mekach Memkar. Mekach Memkar, but let's say we have a question. Let's say Zuze Miman Nokat. Lou, you want to read for us?
Yeah. Right-hand column, the Gemara asks near the top.
Mekach Memkar, buying and selling. Leka Velecha ze Zuze mi man nakat. Let us see from whom the seller took the money. Lo tzricha. No, it's needed. The nakat mitar vaihu, where he accepted from both. Mechad midate, from one willingly, umechad bal karcha, and from the other one against his will. Below yadana mi hu mi daite umi hu bal karcha. We don't know who is the one that gave it willingly and who is the one that gave it against his will.
Okay, so the Gemara is trying to figure out why do we have a question over here between these two individuals? We can't figure out who's the one that bought it from the seller. Why don't we find out who gave the money for the item? That will be the one who bought it, and the other one that didn't give money. So he's obviously not the one that bought it, because the one that the seller accepts money from, obviously he's selling it to that guy, right? So that's what the Gemara's question is. Let's say Zuze miman nakat. Let's go and see who gave the money. Can we figure that out? And the Gemara says, oh, so now we have a Rashi. Do we have a Rashi over here? Let's say Zuzi miman nakat. Yeah, we have a long Rashi over here. A long Rashi. Oh boy. It looks like the Rashi on the whole thing. Yeah, I see he's talking about everything. So maybe okay. So now the next step that the Gemara takes is lo tzricha. Gemara's answering. Just before we do this Rashi, we just want to clarify what's the Gemara, just the sketch in the play-by-play of the Gemara over here. Lo tzricha, the Gemara says no, that's not going to do. That's not going to help. Why? Because in this case, nakat mitarvayu, we have a case where both of them gave money, and it was accepted by both individuals gave money, and it was accepted by the mocher.
Ruben, you got Yosef David here, and there's Shalom is on his way.
Okay. Oh, the grandsons came to learn. Okay, we still have some time because they'd all come. Okay, so we have a 2-minute warning over here. So on that, the Gemara says chad midaite, chad ba'korche. One of them gave it to the mocher, and the mocher took it willingly, and the other one also gave money to the mocher, and the mocher didn't want to take it, but he was forced to take it. So at the end of the day, both of them did give money. So you'll say, well, so then find out who he willingly accepted it from. He's the one that the owner that the mocher wanted to sell it to, obviously. The Gemara says, no, you can't. We don't know. Lo yadana, we don't know which one. Mihu midaite mihu bar korche. We don't know that. Okay, so let's see Rashi. What does Rashi add in to the skeleton of the Gemara over here?
Well, There were two things before that.
יכול ללמוד אותי עכשיו מגילה? אתה יכול ללמוד אותי עכשיו מגילה?
כן, יש לי מסכת מגילה.
אוקיי, אז עוד ב-12 זה אבי סבונים.
אוקיי. מה השעה עכשיו? Okay. Oh, okay, בסדר. Okay, בסדר. We'll call it over here. We have Abu Sabanim.
Purim Sameach.
Purim Sameach,
Sameach.
everybody.
Um,
Enjoy your Purim.
and have nachas or bonim.
Take care.
Hashem.
Nachas that you're learning with your grandchildren.
Baruch Hashem. Okay,
Tuesday.
yes.
Purim Sameach.